Welcome, 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 y'all. Whew, I feel like that took a while to get set up. Welcome in. Didn't really have specifics in mind for today. Just again came off another class, so probably get some residuals from that class. But mostly just gonna focus on flow. Get some twists in mind, a little bit of dynamic movement. That's basically it. Other than that, it's just going to be yoga as we know it. So take the time to get set up however you'd like. Again, as always, I got blocks with me. They're not required for you. You can have whatever props or zero props if that suits you. We're going to start on your backs. So about 5-ish minutes before we start. So take yourself supine. Lay with your belly facing up. And again, if that's not the way that you could start, if you have another supportive spot to start in, take that instead. Let this be the beginning of your journey into suggestions for the day, right? Anything I say, take it with a grain of salt, and then do ultimately what feels best for you. Start on your backs. Again, I got 5 minutes before we start. I'm gonna make sure water's all set up, all good. We'll make this work together, y'all. For those just joining, welcome. We're gonna start on your backs today with general movement in mind, a little dynamic movement, got a little bit of twists. But yeah, that's what it's going to be, just ebb and flow. Speaking of ebb and flow, I just took my first class, public class, back since COVID, and I took Evan's class. If you haven't taken Evan's class, he teaches here at Black Swan. His Instagram is Ev and Flow, I believe. It's EVV and Flow. Great instructor, very knowledgeable. So I just got off of his class, so I'm feeling great. I think it's going to translate into this class. Let's try it out and see what happens, all right? So take yourself onto your backs if you're not there already. Whatever is the most comfortable is the best choice. So make that happen here. I'll start with my legs propped up, just a slight bend so that there's less strain in my low back. And if you're feeling strain in your low back and that's something new to you to bend your legs, try it out and see. You can stick pillows under your legs, you can stick rolled up blankets, whatever you need. And let yourself get splayed out. Just a few rounds of breath with stillness and silence, just taking in what's around you, taking in the shape that your body's in and how it feels, how you react to that feeling. As you continue to breathe in and out with control, take your focus to the center of your throat. It's your throat chakra, your Vidshuddha chakra. And for that, I want you to envision every time you breathe in and out, as this air starts to pass by that area, feel it. Feel the sensation of the air passing by. See if with that activation, that awareness, you can bring even more focus, even more sensation to that area. Begin to feel it vibrating and tingling with focus, with energy, with movement. And let that guide your practice. The throat chakra is where you express what's inside, where you stand morally, your own opinions, how you let the others know around you how you feel. Today, you're going to let yourself know how you feel by showing yourself the manifestation of your insides, your intentions, physically. With that in mind, reach your hands above your head, take a good morning stretch, get long, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, maybe stretch out a little bit longer. Then exhale, hug your knees into your chest, squeeze them in. With the squeeze in of your knees, begin to draw some circles. So pull your knees to your chest, pull them out to the side, and then around back to center. You can keep that going. We'll do that a few times this side. Numbers are irrelevant here. Let it be about the sensation. If you start to feel like it's opening up, and I cue to switch to a new position, you allow yourself to keep it going if it feels good. If you feel like you're making space. When you're ready, switch your circles. Just as much control, awareness. Take one more full round. Then come back in through the center. Take your left leg long, straight on your mat. Squeeze your right knee in. Take a breath. Exhale, twist towards the left. Early on in class, so take it slow to start. You're going to try to lengthen out your right arm. Press the back of your hand into the mat. Press your right shoulder down into the mat. Use that to lengthen to the left. You want to straighten your right leg out towards the left. Make a little more space. See how it feels. Again, there's no one-way streets here. You can back right back out if it's not the right way. Turn around, come back to where it feels better. Inhale back to the center. Switch your legs. Breathe in to compress. Breathe out and twist. Think slow to start. Even after all that movement I took, this is still a little tender. Take it slow to start, and as you open up more space through the class, then begin to decide to take deeper movements, fuller stretches. Inhale back to center, hug your knees to chest. And rock and roll up the length of your spine. Let's take this slow. Take tiny rocks to start. Make that a smooth rock back and forth. Throw your belly down and in, and then make your rocks a little bit bigger. Just for 3. For 2. Last 1. This last time, roll back and then all the way up to a seat. Take your legs out to the side, and then tabletop is where we meet. All right, we'll get movement to start, and then we'll take stillness and breathe. We're breathing through all of it, though. If you stop breathing, check in with it. We need the breath. On an inhale, reach your right arm up to the ceiling. Just for a round of breath, press your left hand down, stretch your right fingertips up again. Maybe wiggle your fingers, see if you can stretch it a little higher. All right, take a breath in, bend your right elbow, try to squeeze it to your ribs. Then on your exhale, bring your right forearm down towards the center of your mat, like you're trying to touch it down. And then again, inhale, reach up, keep the bend in your elbow, open up your chest. Exhale, touch it down. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale up. Exhale down. Again, in. And out. In. And out. Different this time. Inhale, reach your right hand up, extend it out. Turn your palm to where it faces the left side of your mat. So your pinky faces forward, your thumb faces back. Breathe in. And on your exhale, chop your right hand forward to the ground, and then work your hips back toward your heels. You can take your left forearm to the ground, press your right pinky side of your hand down, the knife edge of your hand down, so you stretch through your shoulders, but can you press so much that your right forearm is lifted off the ground or barely touching? Full breath. And inhale, reach your right hand back up. Exhale, both hands down. Take a round of cat-cow in between. Reset your spine, reset your shape. And then other side. Reach your left arm up. Again, find the straightness first. Bend your elbow and then squeeze it toward your ribs. So that will be your open shape, this V shape through your arm. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, left elbow and forearm towards the ground. Again, inhale up. Exhale down. 3 more in. Out. In. Out. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale down. This time we extend. Inhale, reach your left arm up. Turn your palm towards the right. Thumb faces behind you. Inhale. Exhale, chop forward to the right side of your mat. Come down into your right forearm. Press your hips back. Press your left pinky side of your hand down. Is there a name for that? I guess I can't really answer, but I'd rather not have to say the right pinky side of your hand. What is it? Edge? Palm edge? Full breath, regardless. And inhale, reach your left arm back up. Exhale, hands down, and then flow cat-cow. Inhale, pull forward. Exhale, press around. Repeat. Inhale. Exhale. Start to take this deeper still breath to movement. How lifted can you get your shoulders by pressing your hands down? Widen out the center of your shoulders. Inhale, pull forward, let your tailbone point up. Exhale again, expand through the middle of your back. Keep that going for 3. For 2. Last 1. Back to neutral, tuck your toes, hover your knees off the ground. Beast pose or hovering tabletop. Knees stay in line with your hips. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your thighs, squeeze your belly up and in. Press the ground away. Right, widen through your shoulders. We're here for 5 rounds of breath. Roll your belly up and in for 4. 3. It's 2. One last breath in. Exhale, down dog. Hips up and back. Straighten your legs. Bend your knees. Try to get your belly closer toward your thighs. Let the roundness of your spine, low back come into play. And then try to straighten your legs. Press your heels down. 8 rounds of breath in your downward facing dog. Get 8 rounds so that you solidify your familiarity to the pose. How it feels, what feels good about it, what feels maybe not so good. Full breath. Shift forward back to high plank this time. Shoulders stay stacked over your wrist. From here, bend your right leg to hover over the ground, just about an inch. Toes still stay touching, and then straighten your right leg, bend your left leg. Hover your knee back to center, lower your right knee, back to center, lower left. And it's easy to get your hips down like you're pumping back and forth. Keep your hips level. Just your knees bend. So you can come forward on your tiptoes, knees hover to the ground, but your hips stay just like they are. Press the ground for 4, 3, 2, last 1. Come to center, breathe in. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Whew, sweet release on the shoulders, am I right? All right, let's take it to wide or wild cobra. Fingers out wide. Press the top of your feet down. Inhale, lift your chest. So you lift it for a breath in. And then exhale, dip your left shoulder in, press more into your right hand. It's a twist for your core, for your shoulders. Inhale back to center. And exhale, right shoulder dips. Press into your left fingertips to lift your left shoulder higher. Inhale back to center. Exhale, release down, arms by your side. All right, from here, we're going to take this into more of a locust variation. So if you'd rather take cobra pose instead, standard version, take it. Otherwise, bring your chin back to center. Hands stay behind you to start. Press into your feet. Lift your chest off the ground. So here you can press your hands down so your chest stretches a little further forward. You can lift your feet. You can also lift your hands out behind you. Find this skydiver pose. If you want to go further, clasp your hands above your glutes. Palms come to touch. Bend your elbows as much as you need to make that happen. And then stretch your knuckles back and away from you. So peel your chest off the ground by activating your arms and sending them back. Breathe here for 4. Press your pelvis down into the ground for 3. Your belly up and in. You've got this for 2. Full round of breath. Inhale. Exhale, release your opposite cheek to the ground. Round of breath to let it settle. Inhale your chin to center, hands under your shoulders, and tuck your toes. All right, high plank with your hips staying in line with your shoulders. So squeeze your glutes together, tuck your toes, one straight line. Inhale, press up. Exhale, down dog. If your hips sagged along with that journey, they stayed down a little bit lower, take the option to use your knees. That way you can build the strength to support your core through that lift, and then that can translate to your more strenuous version on your toes. Take it with support. Your inhale, bend your knees, look forward, and then step walk, travel to the top of your mat. From there, plant your left hand underneath your face, bend your right leg, or rather your left leg, keep your right leg straight. Inhale your right hand up. We'll get a twist through your core. So press your right hip back, straighten your right leg as much as you can. Pull your chest forward with your left hand. And take that same thing, you can bend your right elbow, try to squeeze it onto your back. Use that again, activation to open up a little bit more. Breathe in, and exhale, release down, switch. Right hand down, left hand up. Option to stay with your hand extended. Same thing, pull your chest forward. Option to stay here or bend your elbow. Squeeze it onto your back to open up your chest. Inhale. Exhale, both hands down. Bend your knees, slide up to stand. Slow and controlled. Alright, hands reach out and up, mountain pose. We're going to keep the same shape going that I've taken for the classes this week. We'll keep this going. If you'd rather take a standard mountain pose, skip the movement, but check out the movement, try it on for size. You are then at liberty to skip when you choose. From mountain pose, take a breath in. On your exhale, bend your knees, swing your hands down so they graze the ground, and then reach them up and behind you. Press your feet down. We'll take that again. So let's inhale, bend your legs, reach up to mountain pose. Exhale, bend your leg, graze the ground, reach your hands up and above you. Inhale up to mountain. Exhale, bend your legs, swing your arms. Keep that going. In. Out. Again, in. And out. We'll do this 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last time through. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. High plank, breathe out. All right, from here, hover your right knee over the ground and then let it touch. Swing your right foot out to the side and then take a modified side plank. Roll onto the inside of your left foot. Press the ground away with your right knee. Now you can use that press to compress your chest up as if you're pressing yourself into a wall in front of your hips. Find flatness, find space. Breathe in. Exhale, retrace your steps back through to center. High plank. Left knee down to hover. And then take that over towards the other side. So left knee down, swing your left foot towards the left. Modified side plank. Same thing, press your left knee down. Press the inside of your right foot down. As if the wall is about to come up and bump your chest. Flatten yourself against it so no space on your body misses the contact with the wall. Everything's flat, supportive. Breathe in. And exhale back to high plank. Shift forward on an inhale. This time on your exhale, lower halfway down or less. Chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Maybe pause. You can stretch out your front line. You got to activate your back line. Squeeze your glutes. Press your feet down. Press your hands down. Inhale. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths. What can you soften with this strength? What have you found within all of that? Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or float forward, maybe speed it up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Let's start that flow over. Inhale, reach up to mountain pose. Exhale, bend your legs, swing your hands down, back, and up. Again, inhale, reach up, mountain. Exhale, down. Just here for 4. For 3. Last 2. Last full round in. And out. Mountain pose, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. All right, taking it a little further, instead of lowering your right knee down, roll to the outside of your feet, side plank. If the modified version supports you better, keep that version. Breathe for 3. Try to drag your right hand towards your right heel. Pull them together, activate your lat. Last breath in. Exhale, high plank, other side. Side plank to the left, reach your right hand up, press your feet down so you find this almost rainbow arc of your hips. And then try to pull your left hand to your left heel. Activate your lats. Find a shake if you're not already. Breathe in. Exhale, high plank, shift forward, inhale. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 breaths. All right, take your right leg high, inhale. And your exhale, right knee to your left tricep. So swing across your body, try to tap it. Make contact if you can, stay for a full breath. Inhale back to 3 leg. Adding on, exhale, cross to your left. Attempt to stretch your right leg out. Hover it over the ground. Strength from the core. Inhale back to 3 leg. Exhale, low lunge, step to hands. Warrior one. Left heel down, both arms up. All right, we've worked with warrior one fairly frequently. So you can find the front facing position of your hips, both hip points, straight out front. From there, reach your hands up above your head. Grab your left wrist with your right hand, breathe in. And then exhale, side bend towards the right. Press more through your left foot. Try to lengthen your left side body while supporting it with this strong bend of the lunge in your right leg. Full inhale. Full exhale. Inhale back up to warrior one. Exhale, back bend. Squeeze your elbows towards your ribs. Tuck your chin slightly towards your chest, but lift up from your heart like you're rounding your back over a beach ball. Inhale back up to warrior one. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg high. Bend your legs, stack your hips. Start with some circles. What does that feel like? Reverse your circles. Right leg high, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Left leg high, inhale. Exhale, cross to your right tricep. Again, try to make contact with it, press the ground away. Inhale back to three leg, add on. Exhale, cross to your right, extend your foot, hover it over the ground with strength from your core. Inhale back to three leg. Exhale, low lunge. Warrior one. Reach up. Man, y'all, it's like I built up a sweat already. Y'all feeling this? No? No? Okay. It's all good. I bet we will. Grab your right wrist with your left hand, breathe in. Exhale, side bend towards the right, or towards the left. Work your right hip down this time. But again, not dumping into your left hip. Can you still activate and lengthen up from your side body as well? Inhale back to warrior one. Exhale, back bend. Squeeze in. Again, tuck your chin to chest. Lift up your heart. Squeeze your elbows. Try to touch them together on your back. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, three-legged dog. Left leg high, bend and stack. And then flip. I don't think we flipped. Did we flip on the other side? I don't think we did. If you want to flip, flip. Otherwise, draw your circles. Heads up. Now you know where we're going later. If that felt good, go ahead and take it. Say, I've been opened up for the day, so it already feels natural to me. Downward facing dog is where we meet. Whatever journey you take to get there. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or float, top of your mat. Halfway, inhale. Exhale to fold. Chair pose, breathe in. Hands up high. All right, reassess the sweat. From here, shift your weight to your right foot. Lift up on just to your left tiptoe, so your heel lifts off the ground. Now, work to get your right hip back. Bend into your leg, press your right heel or your right shin forward, so your knee won't come past your toes, but you're still getting deeper into your right side, right? It should feel a little more strenuous on your quad and on your glute. On an inhale, one-legged mountain pose. Straighten your right leg, lift your left knee up. For a breath in, figure four on your breath out. So left ankle over your right knee, bend your right leg, and then either stay or start to sit your hips back into a figure four chair. Again, as you press your left knee down away from you, allow your chest to stay lifted, right? It's easier to round forward. Let's try to take that nice, strong, and supportive on the way down. When you feel like you can't make any more space, then you can start to decide maybe to draw in, squeeze in, maybe elbows to knee, maybe you rotate left elbow to left inner arch. But start to set up safe and strong first and then decide where to go from there. On an inhale, one-legged mountain pose. On your exhale, chair pose with airplane arms. Bend your legs, reach back. Shift your weight to the left foot, reach onto your right tiptoes. Draw your left hip back. All right, same shape. Inhale, one-legged mountain pose. Right leg lifts. Pause, find your stability, find your shape. Inhale. Exhale, figure four. And either stay here, straighten up, or bend your left leg. Press your right knee down and away. Sink into your chair. And Maybe elbows to knee. Once you have that, maybe twist or stay. Inhale, one-legged mountain. Exhale, chair with airplane arms. Inhale to chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, stretch out. Exhale, chaturanga. Set up and flow like you. Leave out what doesn't work for you. All right, lift your right leg high, inhale. This time on your exhale, right knee to right tricep, same side. Again, inhale high. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Maybe try to extend your right foot, tap it to the ground. Ooh, yeah, inhale, three leg. Exhale, low lunge, step to hands. High crescent lunge. Reach up. So, high crescent lunge is the place. Let's add on to it. Squeeze your thighs together. Bend your left leg. Allow your left knee to lower. Hover over the ground, maybe an inch, maybe a few inches. Still a strong bend in your right leg without your knee going far forward, right? When you lean forward with your knee, your belly, your chest, your core starts to go with you. Straight up and down over your hips. Right knee on top of your ankle. You've got this. Take a breath in. Stay for your breath out. Now straighten your left leg. Come up into your high crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Feet apart, arms apart. But your gaze is focused. One specific spot, unmoving. Start to take all the feedback from your body. And all that feedback, all the honesty, all that truth that's inside of you comes out through your throat, your expressiveness. Listen to what's happening so that you can express yourself fully. On your inhale, reverse your triangle. Straighten your right leg. Squeeze your thighs together. Reach your right hand up a little bit higher without trying to touch your shoulder to your ear. Play hard to get with your ear. Breathe in. Then exhale, Skandasana to the back. So turn your left toes out to the back left corner. Bend your left leg. Straighten your right leg. Now you can widen out your stance. But again, work to come into this half-legged squat, or half squat, without your left knee shooting way out past your toes. You want to stay relatively on top of, not past. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, low lunge to the top. Inhale, the three-legged dog, right leg high. Bend and stack. And if you started with circles that felt good, keep them. Otherwise, flip your dog. Now we're flipping. Drive your feet down to lift your hips up. Reach your right hand up and over towards the front of the room. So past your line of vision. Breathe in. And exhale, hands down. If you want to flow, flow. If you want to skip, skip. I don't even know how many chaturangas I've done today. So anytime you feel like skipping, you don't even need an excuse. You can just be done. Left leg high, breathe in. Exhale, left knee, left tricep, squeeze, try to touch. Inhale, three leg. Exhale, left to left. This time maybe stretch your left leg, tap your toes. Inhale, three leg. Exhale, low lunge. High crescent lunge, reach up. Assess the shape. Notice the differences, notice the similarities, and then accept them all, just like they are. From there, bend your right leg, hover your knee over the ground, feel a stretch through the front of your quad. So this one takes some rotation. Rotate your left hip back, your right hip forward. Extend your arms up from that. Full breath. Now straighten your right leg, high crescent lunge, inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Deepen out, widen your feet. Press them away from one another, widen your fingertips away from one another. Stretch the webbing in between your fingers. Last full breath. Inhale, left leg straight, reverse your triangle. Squeeze your thighs together, squeeze your inner thighs like they're going to actually touch. Point your tailbone forward. Inhale. Exhale, Skandasana to the back. Cool. Turn your right toes out. Bend your leg. And again, when I'm setting up from here from Warrior 2, sometimes my stance is not as wide as it should be for my Skandasana. So always feel at liberty to widen out your stance. If you feel limited, you feel inhibited in a way that you don't feel weak, you just feel like something's stopping you, try to adjust your stance. Enter in it with mindfulness, with some strength. 2 more breaths. Look forward, low lunge on an inhale. And then send your left leg up, 3-legged dog. Breathe in. Stack and flip on your breath out. Drive your heels, lift your hips. Stretch your left hand up and then past your line of vision to the front of the room. Breathe in. Exhale, hands down and flow. Inhale up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. All right, let's loop that one time through breath to movement and then move on. Take your right leg high, inhale. Exhale, right knee to right tricep. Again, inhale high. Exhale, tap your tricep, extend your foot, touch it to the ground. Inhale, 3-leg. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, high crescent, reach up. Exhale, bend your leg, this time add in a back bend. Squeeze your elbows to your ribs, lift your heart. Inhale, high crescent. Exhale, Warrior 2. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, Skandasana to the back. You got 3 breaths here, y'all. Make them strong, make them supportive. Make it about you. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, low lunge. 3-legged dog, breathe in. Stack and flip on your breath out. If this pace is faster than you'd like, slow it down. If it's slower than you'd like, speed it up. Make it about you. Inhale together. Exhale to flow together. Inhale up. Exhale down. Left leg high. Breathe in. Exhale to left tricep. Inhale up. Exhale to tricep and touch your toes to the ground. Inhale, 3-leg. Exhale, low lunge. High crescent. Inhale. Exhale, bend your leg. Bend your elbows. Whew. Let's forget where we were. Inhale, high crescent. Exhale, Warrior 2. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, Skandasana to the back. 3 rounds of breath because we love them so. For 2. Last one. Look forward, inhale, low lunge. Step it back, 3-legged dog. Breathe in. Bend and stack on your exhale. Inhale. Exhale, hands down and flow. Breath in together. Breath out together. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or float forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. Inhale, chair pose. Pause here. All right. I don't know if it's how many times I've been through class or I'm just feeling the wrist, but we're going to do a little wrist work in your chair pose. Keep this chair. Bring the heels of your hands together to touch. You're going to try to keep your wrist touching the entire time. You're going to turn to the back of your hands, start to spin them inwards, and then keep the wrist touching, spin all the way back to center. And then repeat that. Rotate in, all the way, wrist touching the same time. Check in with your chair. Did it get a little lighter? Can you deepen it? For 3. For 2. Last one, and then reverse your circles. See how much you can control the elbows as well. They're going to get real wild if there's any tension through your wrist and forearms. So just notice that. See if you can control it. If not, let it go. Just work into movement just for 3. 2. Last one. Inhale, reach up, mountain pose. Exhale, Samastahiti, close your eyes, thumbs to chest. And just those few minutes together, what's changed? If nothing noticeable has changed, then can you just take into account what is? What sensations are around? How you react to those sensations? Ready to move, open your eyes. Reach up, mountain pose. Then exhale, chair with airplane arms. Bend your legs, reach your hands back. Shift your weight into your right foot. Inhale, one-legged mountain. Left knee lifts with you. Exhale, eagle pose. Left leg over, left arm under. You can take full eagle, bind all the way to your palms. You can take back of your hands, or take the bear hug instead. Either way, left leg over, left arm under. Lift your elbows in line with your shoulders. I'm going to try to widen out the middle of your shoulders, the middle of your back, by pressing your hands forward. So try to drive your forearms into the wall in front of you to widen out the space between your shoulders. If you want to take it further, you can bend at your belly, squeeze your elbows down and nest your eagle. You can keep squeezing your thighs together. You can move here, breath to movement, in, up, exhale down, or just hold. We're here for 3 more breaths. From here, unravel just your legs, then your arms, reach your right hand down, open up half moon. Left leg lifts, left arm stacks on top of your right arm. See if you can make yourself this streamlined, thin shape, like you're sliding into a toaster. One more breath. Bend your right leg, step back to warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior, keep the bend in your right leg. Exhale, extended side angle. Whew. Here we are, y'all. Press your feet down, squeeze your thighs together. Press your right arm into your right leg, rotate your chest. Maybe left arm behind you for a half bind. If you're taking that half bind, continue pulling your left shoulder down. Maybe bring your left chin up towards your left shoulder to stretch your neck. Inhale to reverse triangle, right leg straight. Skandasana to the back. Last time on this side. Right leg straightens out, left leg bends to support you. Inhale forward. 3-legged dog, right leg up, breathe in. Bend and stack, flip on your breath out. Let's make movement with this one. So take a breath in. And on your exhale, bend your legs. Bring your hips down towards your heel. Take that again, exhale to lift up. So it's inhale, lower down, left arm stay straight. Exhale, press up. Twice more, in and out. Last one, in and out. Reach up, breathe in. Hands down, flow if you want it. Skip if you don't. Full breath. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or float forward. Halfway inhale. Fold, exhale. Chair pose. Second side, y'all. Last side, rather. Shift your weight to the left foot. Lift your right tiptoes up. Inhale, one-legged mountain pose. Exhale, eagle. Right leg under or over. Right arm under. Constrict thighs together. Squeeze everything in. Lift your elbows. Press your hands forward. Stay or begin to nest. Squeeze in. Elbows towards your belly. Draw your belly up and in. Play hard to get with your belly. It's not going to touch your elbows. Create constriction. You've got 2 more breaths. Start by unraveling your legs. Then your arms. Left hand down. Reach your right arm up. Straighten your legs. Straighten your torso out. And you're creating length. Trying to stretch out in 4 opposite directions. Left leg is supporting you through all of it. 2 more breaths. Bend your left leg, step back into your footprint, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Squeeze your thighs together, squeeze your glutes together. And then pull your left hip underneath you. Lengthen out your left femur bone. Reach your right hand up. Maybe stretch it over. Maybe take that half bind you took on the other side. Last full breath. Release your bind. Inhale, reverse triangle. Left leg straight. Exhale, Skandasana to the back. Last time, 3 breaths. Your depth. Shift forward. Three-legged dog on an inhale. Bend and stack. Flip on your exhale. All right, let's do this together. Inhale, lower your hips down. Exhale, press up. Again, inhale, low. Exhale, press. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, inhale. Exhale. Breathe and reach up. Exhale, hands down and flow. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full inhale together. Horse lip exhale. Do it again, breathe in. Horse lip breath out. Inhale, seal your lips. Exhale through your nose. Ujjayi breathing. Look to the top of your mat, inhale. Malasana, either step or hop your feet out wide to come into your low yogi squat. And see if you can get a little lift in your squat and then find your depth. And then again, lift and then find your depth. Lift, find your depth. Last time, lift, find your depth. Breathe in that depth for 4 breaths. All right, touch your hands to the ground, shift forward, step your left leg to the back of your mat, runner's lunge. Lower your left knee down to the ground. It's an inhale to pull your chest forward. Pull your left knee forward as well. It's not going to go anywhere, but create that constriction. Drive it into the mat so that you activate and release your left hip flexor. So it's inhale forward, and exhale, wide half splits. 2 more breaths here. Press your right heel forward. Your leg can stay bent. It doesn't have to become entirely straight. Again, that's relative to your body. Last in your truth. Let's make this movement. Inhale, pull forward, runner's lunge. Exhale, wide half splits. Inhale, forward. Exhale, pull back. 2 more times. In. Out. Inhale, forward. Exhale into your half splits. And this is where you can stay. So if you want to walk your hands more towards your legs so you can get a straighter right leg, great. If you want to add on a twist, left hand plants on the ground, reach your right arm up like you're pulling a bow and arrow up to the ceiling. Pull your right hip back, and at the same time, press your right heel forward. Two more breaths. Both hands back down to the ground. And your right leg forward, back into your runner's lunge. Tuck your back toes, lift your knee. Step your left foot forward. Woo! And then right foot back. Runner's lunge. Here we are. All right. Same thing. Pull your chest forward like you're on the starting line. Pull your right knee forward. Activate your front of your leg, your hip flexor, your quad. And then find something to be happy about within that. All that constriction. Squeeze in, pull forward. And breath in. And exhale, wide half splits. I've been working this pose earlier, past couple of weeks with this in the modified pyramid. It's a little less intense version, a little more accessible. On an inhale, pull your chest forward. Exhale, modified or wide half split. And then keep that going. In. And out. Again, in. And out. Last full time through. Inhale, squeeze in, pull forward. Exhale, press back. Either stay or walk your hands so you can get a flat spine. Again, the closer your hands are to the ground, the more round your spine may become. So you can create a flat spine. Either stay or right hand down. Pull your left hand up like you're pulling a bow and arrow, and then extend up. Left hip to the back of the room. Press your left heel forward. Exhale, retrace your steps back to the front. It's time to step your right foot forward. Malasana, take a breath in, halfway lift to your feet together. Exhale, fold, lower your hips to heels, and then come down to a seat. Ooh, yeah. All right. We're making it down towards the ground, y'all. We're here. This is great. Okay, that's about that. That's about right. That's about right. Wide-legged, yes, wide-legged forward fold. And begin to use the inside of your thighs as like benchmarks. So grab the inside of your thighs close towards your hips to start. Take a breath in, lift up. Now can you press your thighs down into your legs, pull your arms into your legs so you widen out your shoulders, or rather you squeeze your shoulders together, widen out your chest. From there, take a breath in, hinge forward, and then walk your hands a little further forward. How far can you extend them out with your spine stretched like this? Take a breath in, and exhale, maybe hinge a little further forward, pull into your arms. Now walk them out a little further, a little wider. Breathe in, exhale, hinge forward. Can you get your arms out wider? Maybe they reach the ground, maybe they stretch out in front of you. Now they're longer than your legs. When you're ready, allow yourself to fold forward into this wide-legged variation. And pressing your heels forward, down and forward, so into the mat, and allow that slide to the top of your mat. Now back up through center. Keep your legs wide. Take your hands behind your hips. Fingers point out, thumbs to the outside of the room. Squeeze your glutes, lift your hips. Yes, sir. Point your toes down. Yes, all those pops. Squeeze thighs together, squeeze glutes together. Press down through your heels to lift your hips up high. Find evenness within that shape. 3 breaths. 2. Last full breath. Inhale together. Exhale, release down. Woo. Legs together, slow. We're not going to do back just yet. We're taking it into fire log, double pigeon. Got ahead of myself. Left shin parallel to the front of your mat. And then right ankle on top of your left knee so that your right leg is also parallel to the front of your mat. So legs stacked on top of each other like a fire log. For me, right hip is active. It's a really strong hip, thus the extra tightness. So I'm going to take some support. Block underneath my leg. I'm going to press my leg into that support. And that's important, that engagement, to show your brain that your muscles can be supportive and useful within this shape. The first set of signals show your brain, hey, something's happening and it may not be good. I want you to pause and clench up. You're showing it, hey, no need to clench up. Show some calmness here. Emulate the way that you want it to be. In your practice, you can fold forward. Again, taking into account your own limitations, even if that limitation is more than you would want it to be, right? Coming into an agreement with your body. This is where I am. I'm going to accept it like it is. And anything that comes after that, just icing on the cake. Full breath. Your legs, when you're ready, take them out wider than your mat, broken bridge. So heels to the ground, let your right knee fall in towards the mat, and then twitch, left knee falls in. A few times each side, movement, or slow, a little more still. When you're ready, double pigeon on the right. I guess it's on the left, but start the right leg. Right leg is your foundation, left leg on top to stretch. Support yourself along the way. Again, your hands can be behind you so that you lift up your chest. Press your legs down. If that's enough, walk your hands forward and then your chest forward. That same lift and length of your spine you had in your wide-legged forward fold. Maybe folding all the way forward. And there's this bit of awareness that you have to take along with using props. Because at a certain point, they're great. They're going to help get the ground closer to you so it's less strenuous to reach the ground or to have that support that you would have on the ground. But at a certain point, they can become inhibitive. So through the movements or through the stillness, you found that you've made some space, something feels less tight, move your prop just a little bit. Take up less space. Give yourself a little more to work with. It can be incremental. It can be big movements. This is where muscle memory comes into play. Take 3 more breaths. You are ready. Inhale back up through the center. Your legs out wide again, broken bridge. Left and right a couple times until it feels good and even. And then reverse tabletop. And if you want reverse plank, legs can be straight. Reverse tabletop, knees stay bent. Press into the ground, lift your hips. If you want to relax the crown of your head down and back, feel free. But if that brings up tightness through your neck, looking forward, just as supportive. Press your hands apart from one another, widen out your shoulders. Drive your heels down to lift your hips. Inhale, come to your tiptoes. Exhale, lower your seat to the ground, lower onto your backs. Hug your right knee in, left leg long. And then inhale, breathe and squeeze in. Twist on your exhale. Once again, like we started class, how does this feel now? Can you straighten your right leg out? Were you able to before? And did something change within that? Is this easier now? Is this more painful now? Does it feel the same? Inhale to center, switch your legs. Squeeze and breathe in. Twist on your breath out. Full round. Inhale back to center. Hug knees into your chest, and then one more time, bridge. Or if you want to take it to wheel, you get to take it to wheel. For bridge, press down, lift your hips. For wheel, hands by your ears. Press up onto your hands, stretch out your front. Like activating your back, squeeze your thighs together. Press your feet forward. Drag the back of your head towards your tailbone. Try to make them touch. Breathe for 3. For 2. Last one, squeeze your thighs together. Keep your integrity. Inhale onto your tiptoes. Exhale, lower down with control. Oh yes, happy baby. Last pose of class, y'all. We have made it. I'm going to take modified happy baby because my thighs are not having it. You pick the baby that works for you. You can have happy baby. You can have disgruntled baby. Modified baby. It doesn't even have to be a pretty baby. Just make it. Alright, from there, pull your knees to your chest, stretch your legs straight up a wall. Up to the ceiling. Soles of your feet flat up against the top. From there, reach your hands up above your head. And then extend them by your sides. Reach them down towards your hips. Lift your shoulders off the ground, lift your head. Slowly lower your right leg to hover over the ground. Full round of breath. Hold here. And then leg back to center. Let your left leg straighten out, hover over the ground. Arms still floating, reaching down by your hips. Full breath. Squeeze your left glute. All right, both legs up straight. Take an inhale. On your exhale, release both legs out straight, long. Extend them out. When you can't get any longer, let them rest. Shavasana. Give yourself time, space, with understanding to breathe in this spot. Nothing to complete, just simple existence. I'll wake you when it's time. long Shavasana. Feel free to turn off your app, the phone, whatever you're on. Allow yourself to stay longer. Before you make any movement, even if you're sticking with a short Shavasana, bring your focus to the center of your throat once again. Let your tongue relax from the roof of your mouth so you're not holding extra tension. And begin to breathe with openness through the roof of your mouth and your entire throat. And as your breath passes back and forth between the center of your throat, envision this energy center that is your throat chakra glowing brighter blue light with every pass of air. Getting stronger, more connected, more aware of just how powerful your voice is. Unique to you, unique to your opinions. And as you finish out your class and you leave to take on the rest of your day, you get to leave with this sense of empowerment, of saying exactly what you mean, meaning exactly what you say. When you're ready, reach your hands above your head. Good morning stretch, just like we started. Pull your knees to chest and then roll to one side for fetal pose. Bicep as a pillow. Thank yourself for today. Thank yourself for the space, the awareness, the struggles, and the ease. Press yourself up to a seat. Cross-legged or whatever's comfortable, hands at your heart. Recognizing that there's light, there's love, there's a student and a teacher forever in each of us. We honor that by bowing and sharing the words. Namaste. Good work, y'all. That's the third time that I have sweated all over my mat today. So thank you so much for being a part of that. This class today came because I was feeling lack of throat chakra empowerment. Didn't feel like I was able to get my words out the way I wanted to. I would think them in my head. I'm like, oh, dope, that's what I want to say. And then it would come out mush. So it didn't do much for my cause. Even if I had a really good point to make, it doesn't convey. So that was the focus for this class. I hope that's something that you felt, something that did something for you. If not, let's talk about it. And if it did, let's also talk about it. My handle's on here, @JaredPose. Add me on Instagram. Let's chat. I'll teach again 6 p.m. on Thursday. YouTube. We'll meet here, all right? Have a great rest of your day. Namaste, y'all. Thanks so much. See y'all.